In this session, we are going to see variable control operation by using curve method. And this particular cam profile, I'm willing to machine on 4-axis milling machine. First of all, we need to create curve, sectional curve, so that I can use that curve as my method. Here we have one shortcut to create sectional curve, where you will find this in view, edit section. You can take edit section in whichever place you want. I want for other profile. I will drag. So whenever my section curve completes or the section which I would like to have, then click on this create copy of section curves. Click here. Then you may observe section curves are created. Not only on the profile of this camshaft, it has created on this center cylinder hole. So whatever their surfaces it is getting, it will extract all those and create a curve. Say OK to it. Our section curve creation is over. So I will turn off this sectioning by clicking on clip section. So my curve is ready. Let's move forward to create a operation. First, we need to set main MCS. Here it is, everything looks perfect. Sometime if your clearance, if you want to take a different type, you can take it bonding cylinder or cylinder. It depends on you. Right now I will keep automatic plane 10 mm and all accesses. Here already I have specified the part. If you want to specify once again, click here, select this and say OK to this. Raw material I will not give, and check also I will not specify. If you are using any Mandrel or directly check, that if you would like to consider, then you have to specify check. After this, I will add MCS local. MCS local should be specify output as fixture offset, so that my output will come through this value. So it's also same as that of main MCS I kept, but here I changed it to local fixture offset, special output as fixture offset and value as 1, so that I will get output as G54. Here clearance we kept inherit. Inherit means whatever we are given in main, it will consider. So keep on this MCS main local, then go to the home, create operation. In this, you need to take setup type as mill multi-axis. Once again, for this profile also, we are going for variable control operation. Select this. I'm going to create a cutter. So before going to create a cutter, what you need to do, you need to measure the distance of this particular cam profile so that your cutter should cover this entire region. And one more thing you need to keep in mind, if the width of the profile, cam profile is more, that time you have to create one more section curve, and you need to consider that in picture. I will create a tool in a quick manner, because in many sessions I have explained you creation of cutter in detail. You can refer other sessions. So here I am using 16 R0 cutter end mill. So the naming rule changes according to their industry to industry. Here I am using R0, so I have not given any value. If you have a bullnose cutter where R value is there, you can specify. Just directly we go to tool number, I'll specify T2 and adjust the register as 2. What it does, output I will get in T as T2 and H will be 2. If you are having shank holder, those things all you need to consider. Already I have specified this part in Workpiece, so that's why the selection of Workpiece is paint. You can see the preview. which part you have selected. After that, I need to specify cut area. While specifying a cut area, go for selection of area, and here selection method I kept face. If I see here in selection filter, it is single face. Sometime what happen, if you keep as it is, go on selecting the faces, there might be chances of missing these type of small faces. I advise you to use this selection filter at the most and use a suitable option from this. In this case, I feel tangent faces is the best option. So I will click on this cylinder. So you can see it has selected only the profile, cam profile. So this is needed. Well, say okay. If you are doing semi-finish, then you can specify some stock, part stock. So this part stock will use some material for finishing. In some of the industries, in our regular day-to-day, we see that they will do first rest stripping, you can say semi-finish, and they will keep some material. They go for heat treatment. Later, they will come back and they will do finishing. It all depends on the process plan which you have planned. Okay. In this case, I will consider finishing operation. So I will not specify any part stock. So as I initially told, a drive method I will change from surface area to curve. So whenever I am changing any type of method, this message will come. Changing the drive method will reset the drive geometry, save regions, and some of the parameters. Okay, no problem. And go for curve selection. I advise you to always, whenever you are going for a selection of curve, in this main selection filter, you need to keep curve. Sometimes what happens, otherwise it will take whatever suitable the software feels it will take. Like if I click on this curve, it may take next continuous curve or edge of this faces. If you give filter, then it is clear to the software that I'm going to select only curves and that to be connected curve. So once I select any curve here, it will take connected curve. If you are created curve manually, sometime there is a gap, then this continuous curve will help you to identify the connectivity of the curve. You can change the origin of the curve from here, specify origin curve. It will allow you to control the engage of the cutter. Means where it has to engage, you need to specify. So for this case, it's okay for me. I will keep as it is. Otherwise, click on this and go for selection of the other portion. So it totally depends on you. Hit okay. After that, we'll go for projection vector. If you keep a tool axis, then what happen? It may give output of in 5 axis. In this case, always my projection vector should be towards the line. You may say like there is no line, how you can select? There is a method where line is not compulsory to draw. You can select it from here. Vector I will specify x, xy direction in this direction, and the point may the one it is coming is okay, but sometime if your point you want to specify, then you can take a cylindrical surface center. So go on point dialog box here, arc, arc or sphere, like this you can take and you can select. For this case it's not needed, so I will keep as it is and say okay. Always try to give minimum inputs in geometry. If you have specified the check in workpiece itself, no need to specify here. If you want to keep some clearance with the check, then you need to specify check stop. Directly I'm going to finishing operation, no need to specify any in process workpiece. If you are doing roughing, semi finish and finish, if you want to see how exactly the material cutting is will happen, that time you have to use 3D IPW. So this case I am doing finishing, so I will keep none. In axis, so as I earlier told, this particular component I'm going to plan for 4-axis machine. If I keep normal to part, sometime what happen if there is a variation in the surface, that time it will throw output of 5-axis. On a 4-axis post, if you use, sometimes there might be chances of mismatching. So I will change this tool axis from normal to part to 4-axis normal to the part. I need to specify the rotation axis. So that will be this X direction. From here also I can select, or else from this arrow you can select X axis. It is totally depending on you. So whenever there is a collision happens, then I kept report collision, message will come, and you might see whenever there is a collision type of settings coming, I will always keep toggle on. So max angle is nothing but sometime if your tool is directly changing its direction. So one example I will give. So if you are doing a circle, every 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree it is rotating, then no problem. Directly from 1 degree to 270 degree it is going, then there will be a rapid or a jerk movement in the machine. That time your tool has to lift and it has to go to the other face by tilting smoothly, then it has to rotate. How that will be done? By toggling on this one. You can see in the image clearly. So whenever there is a per step change of the maximum angle, that time it will lift and it will go to the next region. Right now I want continuous path even though whatever angle is. So I will turn off this lift at convex corner. Especially in glass mold industry or mold industry, they want a tool path to be extended over the edges. So that time you need to turn on this roll over on edges. In image you can see when I toggle on this, those tool paths which are created, which are coming slightly away from the edge. If I turn off, that will be removed. I hope this max angle change is clear to you. Let's move further. Give feed and speed. So first time whenever I'm doing, I always prefer give some lower feed. Once you see that profile is coming, uh, the array value and other things are matching, then try to increase the feed and have good productivity. For this case, I will use RPM as 3500 and I will mention feed as 850. Click on this. Let's go to the strategies. In strategies, if there is a material more, if you want to machine with multiple passes in terms of multiple depth, then you need to give a part stock offset like whatever the material total material is there, that much you have to give value here, and every time how much it has to remove, that you have to give it in incremental value. Another option is there passes. Here if you use 3 mm every time, if you want to go 0.5 mm, then you have to give 6 passes. Otherwise you keep increment, it will take care by itself. 3 mm here mentioned and zero point 0.5 you mentioned here. So automatically depending on the part stock offset, it will take the number of passes. Check collision, keep on, and in non-cutting modes, transfer rapid will be automatic. In avoidance, already we have given in a post processor, no need to specify any points here. If it is needed, you can specify. In method, so in this type of profile, tolerance plays a very important role. If you give more value here, you may see there is some steps like thing on the component. So always give fine value so that your profile will have a good finish and also your array and other values will get matched. At the end, you need to generate the toolpath. Need to generate the toolpath. Here you can see toolpath is added. So let's simulate on the machine to see how exactly it is running. Go to this generic machine, click on this, double click, retrieve machine from library, milling. I will take 4 axis, mill vertical A table. Okay. So I want to take little bit away so that this spindle will should not touch this check. So the fixtures and mandrel or other things you need to manage. So see how much distance it will come. That much distance you have to give here. Whatever the fixture height, mandrel height, and other thing you need to specify. Then say OK. So machine is added. Now I want to simulate this toolpath. Click on this. Right click on the operation. Go for toolpath. Simulate. I will reduce the speed of the animation. Let's play. You can see here axis positions also you can observe X, Y, Z, A. I have not used the tool entire tool assembly. I have taken only tool. You need to specify shank, folder, and other thing to validate. In execution also you can see X, Y, Z, A value. Like this, you have to do cam profile. So in virtual environment itself, you will come to know how much hold out you need to keep for this material to avoid collision of this check and the spindle. That's why NC simulation is needed whenever you do multi-axis operation. Increase the speed. Exactly on your machine, it will run. So here one more option I would like to show you. There is an option to display tool trace path segment. When you turn on, if you play, then whatever the tool path it is getting traced now. That is creating here. Sometime if you validate, if you want to validate, then you need to consider that trace point option.
Thank you for watching complete video. If you learned something new, please share your thoughts in comment box. Keep learning.